$500?
500. She wasn't too sure her kids would.
Yes, I didn't understand how you guys would do that. In my mind, I had pictured it was going to be out there.
I did too. I thought it was going to be up by the head of. She loved that song, and she's always just so happy after he would leave, and it made her really feel, I think, more calm singing. And so whoever knows it later can help me, because I just told Don Carolyn totally turned it. Anyway, I'm just open with a prayer, and then we're going to have Dana to speak to us first. Father God, we just thank you for who you are, who your son Jesus is. I thank you for family, for friends. Thank you for the love that we have for one another. I thank you for this beautiful day. We just pray that you would be wrapping your loving arms around our mom right now. Just keep us all safe when we leave here, because we all come from so many different far places. In your son Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Today we're here to obey one of God's commands. Honor your father and your mother. We're gathered here today to honor the memory, both in life and death, of our mother, Betty Jo Haywood. Amazingly, we are commanded by God in 5 different scriptures the same thing: Exodus, Deuteronomy, Ephesians, twice in Matthew. Honor your father and your mother. And so it is that we honor our mother by way of our presence here today, the way we express our love to her. In such a small way, we also honor her parents, our grandmother and grandfather Green, by being here and by putting our mother here in this place. I was recently reading one of the early Christian church fathers, St. Augustine. He's a philosopher, a teacher, a doctor of Christ's early church, and later became a bishop of Hippo. He lived in about 387 AD. In his book titled The Confessions of St. Augustine, he talks about the death of his loving mother, Monica. He tells us that she had been sick and that she had lost consciousness from fever. In his own thoughtful words, he said, "We rushed to her, but she quickly regained her senses. She looked at me and my brother as we stood there and said to us, 'Where was I?' And then, gazing at us, who were struck dumb with grief, she said to both of us, 'Here, put your mother.' I remained silent and stopped my weeping. But my brother said, as if wishing for a happier place for her, that she should die not in a foreign land, but in her own country. When she heard this, she stared reproachfully at him with an anxious countenance, because he was concerned about such things. She looked at me and said, 'Put this body away anywhere, but don't let cares about it disturb you. I ask only this of you, that you remember me at the altar of the Lord, wherever you may be.'" Augustine went on to say that when the day of her ending was at hand, she did not think about her body richly clothed or embalmed in spices. She did not desire a carefully chosen monument, nor did she care for a grave in her own land. Such things she did not request of us, but she desired only that she be remembered at the altar of the Lord. Today we stand in Seagrave, Texas, to put our mother's remains here. Our mother had some of the same feelings as St. Augustine's mother. Our mother believed that we shouldn't give too much thought as where to put her remains. She did not give thought to being finely clothed to her bones. Mother did not ask for a nice monument, nor did she ask or desire for a grave. She did not request to be returned to Texas, but she chose instead to be cremated. Mother's unspoken words would have been the same: put this body anywhere, because Mother felt the same as Monica. Don't let cares about it disturb you. She tried to always put her concerns before our own and before her own. Mother did not wish to be a burden to any of us or an expense to anyone. She asked that no funeral service be held at the time of her death. She did not want us to grieve over her after she was gone. She was simply more concerned about us, and in fact, the fact that she would suffer in our time of mourning. Yet Jesus tells us in Matthew, "Blessed are they who mourn, for they shall be comforted." We are truly blessed by our mother's love for us. We were truly blessed by her constant concern for us. Now we'll be comforted in our efforts to honor her in this place. It is for these reasons that we should be comforted. But more importantly, we should be comforted when we reflect on our hopes and prayers of her soul is. To me, the words of St. Monica, that you remember me at the altar of the Lord, ring loud and clear. It is in remembering our mother at the altar of the Lord that we should be comforted. When we receive communion in the Catholic Church, we receive the real presence of the body and blood of Christ, whose perfect sacrifice for us. It is at this special time that we offer our Holy Communion as a prayerful sacrifice, a prayerful intention to God. It's at this time that we remember someone when we come to the altar of the Lord. Mother, it is the altar of the Lord that I will always remember you. And it is in heaven at the altar of the Lord that I hope to see you again. Until then, we can only say, Jesus, I trust in you. Amen.
Amen. Annabelle found this a while back. We thought it was really fitting for today. Bear with me. The name of the poem is Funeral Blues by W Kinserlow Jr. Stop all the clocks. Cut off the telephone. Prevent the dog from barking with the juicy bone. Silence the piano, and with muffled drum, bring out the coffin. Let the mourners come. Let the aeroplanes circle, moaning overhead, scribbling on the sky the message, she's dead. Put crepe bows around the white necks of the public doves. Let the traffic policemen wear black cotton gloves. She was my north, my south, my east and west, my working week, and my Sunday rest. My noon, my midnight, my talk, my song. I thought that love would last forever. I was wrong. The stars are not wanted now. Put out every one. Pack up the moon and dismantle the sun. Pour away the ocean and sweep up the woods. For nothing now can ever come to any good.
This is Mary Ripple, Mother's like her sister. She's known Mary for over 50 years. Carol and I, almost the same time, about 56 years.
this is not planned. And I just asked her because Betty's like a sister. We lived 2 doors apart. We went to work at the telephone office 2 weeks apart, and there we became the closest of friends. And for all these years. And I remember Betty as my dearest friend, a mother, a sister, a wife, and on down the line that my years ago. She was a dear person. She had a heart of gold. She's very, very dear to me. And so today, this is just a little funny thing between me and Betty. We always had a thing about 3 roses. When we were very young, back in the old days, when ladies got corsages all the time, we went to many parties connected with the telephone company. We went to baby showers, we went everywhere. And back then, ladies got corsages for everything. And we always, somehow, wound up with 3 roses in our corsage. So this is just a special thing. And then when we decided we would have tattoos. Now girls, this was long before now. By now they would be wilted roses, but we were going to have them for just things. Don't ask me where it came from. We did not do it. At least the good Lord gave us sense not to do it. But every time I see a rose, it puts a smile on my face. So I think of my Betty.
What I remember about Betty, and I don't know how many times she had to come running when I think I was going to have an operation or something. And she'd say she had to come out, and I told her, no, I can make it. Guess what? I was glad Betty was there. I couldn't make it. Anyhow, I know we're all going to miss her. She was one of those sisters, she was a friend. And so, that is all that I can think of.
Whenever Mama and Daddy got divorced, me and Mother ended up in Irving. I could count on it every morning. Susie would call. It would be 5 o'clock in the morning, but you'd call for the phone company, talk to Mom.
Never mind a dead end of dog. Yes.
I do remember that. That's how she started her morning every morning, was talking to Aunt Susie. I wouldn't have to ask who was on the phone with a bill.
If we we were into politics and all of that, you
Uh-huh.
knew it was us.
That's
The
right.
good thing was, we agreed.
True. You needed each other.
Anyhow, like I said, we're all gonna miss her. Well, we already missed her. I mean, I called her the other day at practically Sharon's, and now every once in a while I think about calling her. I want to tell Betty I just saw you and ask her if she saw it, but I can't call Betty anymore. She calls me every morning at 9:30 and say, "Have you taken your pill?"
Calling you every morning. No dead end.
I'm Drew, I'm Robert's wife, for those who don't know me, and I've only had the pleasure of being in this family for about 13 years. But when I married Robert, this is the greatest thing in my life. He is truly the love of my life. And I know that he wouldn't be the man he is if it wasn't for Betty. And all I can say is, for the 4 children remaining, is that I know how much he loved each and every one of y'all dearly. I think that's the thing about Betty that, that I remember, is how much she loved you kids, each and every one of you. I don't think there's anything that she wouldn't have done for each and every one of you, and the grandchildren included. And I know when Robert had his wreck, in him and Melissa in Brownfield, and we found out about it. I didn't get to come for a couple of days, but I know that Betty was down here on the next flight out, the same day that it happened. And I think that through it all, even though I've only been around for 13 years, but I think that is my fondest memory of her, is the love that she had in her heart for her children, and of course her grandchildren. And I think that just shows what a remarkable woman she is. And I don't think the children would be what they are if it wasn't for their mother. And I know that she will be missed. But I know that this is a time for celebration. I know she's in a great place and she's not in any more pain. And I know the Lord, I just know that He welcomed her with open arms.